Hi everyone, I'm Kandi Mullen and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk a little bit about a practice that I use whenever I want to shift my emotion. So for example, if I'm feeling disappointed, frustrated, or sad, or a bit down, or it's any other type of a negative emotion, I like to use tapping, which is also known as EFT or Faster EFT. That's actually what I like to practice, Faster EFT. So I had a situation today. Today happens to be April 1. I had a YouTube live scheduled with a friend in Denmark, and we sit on the same Akashic Records practice group together. And we decided to do a live together to share some information. And so when I went through my morning, I reset my internet just to be sure there was nothing hung up in the back end of the internet land, and kind of went around and reset everything just to get all ready for this live show. And I also met with my friend 15 minutes early and came up with a little plan in case my internet became unstable or I dropped off, that he was to go ahead and continue talking until I could get back on. So the time came, and a few minutes into the show, my internet became unstable and I dropped off. I was able to get back in, and then just a few short minutes later, internet became unstable and I dropped off once again. But this time I was off for good. I mean, I could not get a connection. It was completely lost. Signal, no signal, done. So I also tried to use my cell phone, and then I was having intermittent cell issues. I guess perhaps Mercury retrograde at its best. Who knows? And it's also April Fool's Day. I don't know. But I saw, I knew somebody was in the chat that has administrative rights to the platform that I was using, and was able to eventually reach out, and they jumped on, even though it was super early where they were, and they weren't quite ready for video, let's say, but they were able to, prompt questions and kind of run the show for me. So as they say, the show went on. Unfortunately, the show went on without me. So I was really disappointed, because I was really looking forward to collaborating together and having a conversation with them. And I had something else. I went to the store to buy my favorite organic small potatoes, and the store discontinued. They weren't sure if they discontinued just that brand because they're bringing a new brand, or if they're just discontinued altogether. So that was another bummer. I was just like, oh gosh, what a day today is. So anyway, I took a walk to help clear my mind and just to ground. And as many of you know, I like to practice Reiki, and that helps to shift my state pretty quickly. But I also like to tap. And it's a really easy method to do, and it can be oftentimes really quick, or sometimes it takes longer, just depending on what it is you're working through. But if you are interested in it, go check out Robert G. Smith. He has a lot of YouTube videos. You could type in Faster EFT or Utapics. And the process I use is I feel my emotion. So I was feeling really disappointed and frustrated, and I feel it, know that I have that feeling. I visualize a tree that has fallen and disconnected from its roots, because unfortunately, when a tree disconnects from its roots, it dies. So I want to shift and want the same thing to happen to how I'm feeling, and I want to replace it with a happier memory. So I think I visualize the tree has fallen. In my mind, I create that mental image. And then I just take a couple of fingers, I tap on the inside of my eye, and I just state, I let this feeling go. And I go to the outer eye, I release it now. Underneath the eye, I let it go. And then I go down to the collarbone, I release this feeling. And then I take one hand, the opposite wrist, I hold the wrist, I take a nice deep breath, release, and I just state the word peace. And then I bring in a happy memory. I hold that for a few seconds, and then I bring back that feeling again, the feeling of disappointment or sadness or frustration. and I really feel it. And then I once again have that mental image or visualization of a tree has fallen, disconnected from the roots, from its roots. And then I tap, I let this go. I release this feeling underneath the eye. I let it go. And down to the collarbone, I release this feeling. And I take one hand around the opposite wrist, take a nice deep breath. And release. Peace. And then I bring in that happy memory. And I just do that until I feel like I don't feel that disappointment any longer. And I sort of neutralize that feeling. I guess in essence is what it does for me. And then I just feel better. And then everybody else around me feels better because I'm not cranky or moping around. And I just move into a more positive, happier state and just know that everything has a plan and things happen for a reason. So I hope this is helpful. And I'm going to say, hey, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, share, like, and comment. Let me know what you think of this video. Check out Robert G. Smith and Faster EFT. Maybe you're familiar with EFT, the original founder of EFT. I think his name was Gary Craig, and I think it was in the late 90s, 1999. But it's really a great resource to have. You know, it's part of my treasure chest of practices that I like to use. But it really does, it's helpful, and I can practice it anywhere. I can use my left or right hand. I can use both hands in practice. I can actually visualize myself doing it if I don't want to do it in a public setting. I can just visualize I'm sitting there tapping. So I hope this has been helpful, and I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you on the next video, and thank you so much for watching.